Hi everyone! In this video we'll walk through the new tasks area of our platform. It's quite a bit different than our previous version, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below or reach out to us via email or through our support chat, whatever is easiest for you. With that being said, let's jump in. The first thing I want to call out on our new Task Manager page is what we call groups. Groups are how users like you will categorize your tasks. How many groups you create is entirely up to you. You can have one where you just put everything, or if you want to be a bit more organized and descriptive, you can group like tasks together. Here are some examples. Say there are tasks you do on a recurring basis, such as checking refrigerant levels, conducting fire extinguisher inspections, and washing your windows. Then maybe you could create a recurring tasks category that houses all tasks that you have to do on a recurring basis. Or maybe you prefer to see all tasks related to a specific type of equipment. You could create groups like kitchen and food service, plumbing, HVAC, etc. As you can see here in this account, we have tasks related to fryers categorized into a fryer maintenance group. Or say you have a project that is made up of a lot of subtasks. For example, say you're renovating a bathroom. You could name the project Bathroom Renovation and group all the associated tasks within it. I'll walk you through how to do this. You'll go up to the top and click New in the upper right hand corner and then New Group. Give your group a name, so in this case, Bathroom Remodel. We'll give it a description, tasks related to the renovation of the downstairs bathroom. Give it a color and hit save. At this point, your group has been added and you can start moving tasks into it and creating new ones. Now let's go over the process of adding tasks from your task manager. You can do this in a couple of ways. First, you can do it by clicking New in the upper right hand corner of your screen and then clicking New Task. You can click New Task next to the group header, or you can click New Task from within the group itself. These are slightly different from one another, but I'll get to that in a little bit. The first thing I want to do is just show you how to create a task and begin populating the fields. I'll do this by clicking New Task within the default task group. The first thing I'll do is give the task a name. In this case, I'll say Replace Air Filter. The description field allows you to include key information about the task. Maybe it's steps about how to complete it, how to access a certain part, or something along those lines. The Related To field allows me to link this specific task back to a specific piece of equipment, a property, a part, and so on. So in this case, as I'm replacing the air filter on my AC unit, I want to add the AC unit to the task. I'll come in here and I'll click Air Conditioner. Now you can see that the AC unit has been added to this task. If I want, I can include attachments as well, and these could be PDFs, videos, pictures, and so on. So maybe a piece is broken off, it's dripping, making a weird sound, etc. What you could do is come in here, upload the file, and whoever you are assigning the task to can get a comprehensive understanding of what it is that they have to do. Back at the top, you'll see a few different fields: assigned to, priority, and due date. Assigned to is where you go to assign this task to a colleague. So in this case, I will assign it to Mary. I'll give it a priority of high, and I'll give it a due date of March 29th. Now, let's say that I wanted to make this recurring, because replacing air filters on AC units is something you have to do on a recurring basis. What I could do is come back into the due date field, select Repeat Task, and then indicate the cadence that I want it to repeat. So I could say I want this to repeat every 3 months on the first of the month, and then hit Save Repeating Task. And what it will do is create occurrences for this task to take place in the future. If I wanted this to end at a certain point in time, what I could do is come down to the bottom and say repeat until, and then select the month or the year or the day that I want it to cease to repeat. So I'll come in here and I will say I want this to end on December 1st, 2023. And you'll be able to check out, okay, these are all of the upcoming due dates for this specific task. You'll notice up at the top there is a tab called Group. This is how you can categorize it into a specific group. So if I wanted to add this to recurring, I could come down here and click recurring. Or if I wanted this to appear in a group called HVAC tasks, I could put it in there. For the purpose of this, I will place it in recurring tasks. As I close out, you'll see that the task has been added into my recurring tasks section. There are some other functionalities that I'd like to go over before we wrap up the video. The first relates to task comments. If I wanted to go into a task to leave a comment where I am, say, providing an update on where things stand or asking someone a question, this is how I would do it. I would open up the task, such as replace plug on mixer, go over to the right-hand sidebar, go down to the add a comment section, and begin typing. As you can see, Josh left a comment in here yesterday saying that this was blocked because he was waiting for a part to come in. He tagged Mary Smith in it so that way she would be notified. The way to do this is like this. You come in here and you just begin typing. You can use the @ symbol to tag another colleague. So in this case, if I wanted to tag Chris, I would click his name and then he would be notified. If I want to edit this comment for any reason, I could just click the edit button and make my changes. And if I need to delete it, I can do that as well. Now let's close out of this and go back to the main view. What you see on this page is modifiable. So if I was looking at a specific task, I could just click on here and change the date. I can change the priority and I can change the status. If I wanted, I could open it up by clicking View Details. I could move it to another group. I can mark it as complete. I could close it out and I could delete it. Marking a task as complete is very straightforward. It simply means that yes, you have completed the task. It will remain on my main task manager view until I decide that I want to remove it. And I can do that by clicking the ellipses that you see here on the right and then clicking close. When I do this, it will remove it from my main task manager view and add it to the closed task section, which is accessible up here at the top. If I want to edit multiple tasks at once, I could do that by clicking the checkboxes that you see on the left and then taking the next action that I want to take. So I could move them to a different group. I could close them all at once, or I could delete them all. If I want to filter my task, say I wanted to see everything that has been marked as blocked, what I could do is come up to the filter section, turn off the status filter for in progress and ready, and then leave it as blocked, and you can see that I have one task that's in the blocked category. I'll turn that off. And now I'll show you how to filter to see only your tasks. You could come in here and then select your name from the list. And now here are my tasks that have been assigned to me, seeing all key information about them: the due date, the priority, the status. If I wanted to see everything that was assigned to me in open, I could come back into the filters and select from the drop-down everything that's ready, everything that's in progress, and everything that's blocked. Also at the top, you'll see a tab for Calendar. Calendar allows you to see all of the tasks in a calendar view. They're all color-coded by the group that they're in, as well as the status. So for example, as you can see, this is red because it's blocked, whereas this is light blue because it's ready. You can also see the group colors, how this one is red and this one is gray. The last thing that I want to show you about the Task Manager is accessible via the table view. So I'm going to turn off the filters to show this. Back in the table view, you'll see on the right-hand side a progress bar. This shows you how many tasks were related to this specific group and how many have been completed. In this case, for the 7 tasks in my default task group, you'll see that 3 have been marked as complete indicating that this group is 42% done. This is really helpful if you have grouped your tasks into something like a project. So if you're doing a bathroom remodel that could have, say, 12 tasks related to it and you've completed 3 of them, well, now you know that you're 25% done with the project and have 9 more tasks to go. We've made it so your groups are collapsible as well. So if you wanted to collapse everything to make it a little bit cleaner, you could come in here and click the little caret to the left, which would close everything and remain easily accessible by simply opening it back up. One last thing that I want to note about the Task Manager page in groups is that when you sign in, you'll likely see a default task group at the top. That is just the standard name that we gave for everybody's initial group set. You can rename it whatever you want. So you could come in here, click the ellipses, click Edit Group, and give it a new name and give it a new description. And then if you want, you can change the color as well. Now I want to change gears a little bit and talk about the experience of adding tasks from a specific object's page, such as a piece of equipment or property. Say I wanted to add a task to this blender. I could do it by clicking the little gear icon, clicking Add Task, or I could do it from within the page itself. You'll notice the same modal pops up, only this time the Related To field has already been completed because I added this task directly from the specific piece of equipment. So what I could do now is go in and add the other fields, such as Fix Blender, assign it to my colleague, assign a priority, give it a due date, and then close out. When I do this, you'll see that the task has been added to this specific piece of equipment's Active Task tab. When I mark it as complete, it'll move over to the Completed tab. It's the same process on the Properties page. So if I were to come in here and go to Hammy's Hibachi, for example, I could come up, click Add Task, and go through the same workflow that I went through before. That wraps up our overview for task groups and the new task layout. If you have questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to us as we are more than happy to help. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay on top of all the videos that we release. Thank you.